Good morning, traders. Welcome to the TMT stock market strategy video for Wednesday, January 27th. We did get a little bit of a bounce yesterday. Nothing really to write home about. I am not convinced that the market is done going down, nor that there is a bottom in place. And what we do is we go through our daily routine and we look at crude oil. And I mentioned yesterday it's all about crude oil. But I feel right now that you need an edge, and whatever the edge is, as you as a trader would create, us here at TMT, we create an edge by our dark pool internals, our automated trading system that we provide for you out there, and our trading room is something that you might want to take a look at. But the reason why I'm saying an edge is if you don't have an edge, if there's no edge in the market, stay away. Cash is a position. It's very important. And people don't realize, a lot of traders don't realize, and they just get chopped up in this gyration where the market wants to go somewhere. When I say that the market wants to vacate the premises, meaning that the market wants to either go up and or down. Now, is that an edge? No. It's a 50-50 shot. And if I say the market wants to go up or down, it doesn't mean anything. Okay, it means that gives you no edge. So you do what? You let the market follow what the market does, and you let the market do what it needs to do, and then we jump on that bandwagon. That's the trading edge, guys. Okay. So yesterday I mentioned about crude oil. It's all about crude, and if you notice, I have the WTI crude monthly contract because we're down. Monthly chart, and because we are down to these levels here, where I do feel that if we get to these areas, okay, based on technical analysis, that's probably about 21 and a half. If you break that, you probably end up getting down to about $16-ish, $17. Now, we are gyrating back and forth. We also are down a little bit in the pre-market. We gave back a little bit of gains from yesterday. We do have FOMC statement at 2 o'clock. Very important. That may give enough oomph, whether it be to the upside and or the downside. Remember, there is no edge right now. The FOMC statement may help to move this market out of this little area, little zone area, and it's definitely going to move crude oil, guys. Definitely going to move crude. So it's at 2 o'clock. I would either not trade today, or make sure you're flat. If you need to trade today, make sure you're flat before 2 o'clock announcement, because it's going to move. Also, we got the crude oil inventories at 10:30. So 10:30 crude oil inventory is very important here. So be careful if you're trading crude. Okay, just giving you guys a heads up. All right, so let's take a look at the next chart. Next chart, we have the McClellan oscillator, and as you know, one of my trusty indicators of overbought, oversold, we're at 6. That's telling us we got a neutral state in the market. And again, that's why I say the markets are basically gyrating up or down. With the McClellan oscillator at neutral, we could either go where? Up, right? Down and or up. So that's really no edge here. So stay aside and let's wait to what the market tells us. Let's let the market tell us which way it wants to go. Next, the VIX. The volatility is still elevated, guys. Okay, I'm looking at a 38 to 40 band. That may just put a bottom in the marketplace. This is what I'm looking for. And if you look at the VIX, and let me show you the SPX versus the ATR, average true range, regular standard 14, you'll see how elevated we are. When you get this elevated, we usually get a little bit of a reprieve. Volatility starts to subside. Okay, so we're looking at certain charts, and what is it telling me? Well, we're neutral in one, but although we have elevated volatility, so we can either jump back down, or we can actually rally. And I am looking for a little bit more rally before we go lower. That's what the charts are telling me. So I'm looking for a bounce before we start to go higher here. Okay. All right. Let's go right into the daily chart of the indexes. And as you can see, we have our downtrend line. All right. And like I said on the other videos, I'm probably looking for maybe a touch or a breach and then lower. Same thing here. Again, no signal. We have no trade. We have no MACD crossover. That's not a buy signal. And even then, by the time we do crossover, we get to this touch of this line, we'll probably end up going lower here. Right? I'm looking for right around here, that 193 area. That's going to be your first area of resistance. Here are your two support areas, still the same, so just keep that for today's trading. All right, and obviously in the Pro Trader Premier video, we put out a bunch of targets, resistance and support for you guys to trade off of. All right, let's take a look at our Next chart, transportation sector, and as you can see here, really ugly looking chart, man. I mean, really ugly. And this is what's been scaring me all of 2015. Finally came to fruition. And look what's happening: lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and we're looking almost to cross over. This is going to be important. This chart here is really the important chart. I'm looking at that support at 114.50, although I like to see this area here and this area here to be resistance, and then look for some sort of a bear flag happening, and then a sell-off down lower one more time to take out this 114.50 area. Okay, that's the transportation sector. All right, let's take a look at our IWM Russell 2000 ETF. Same ugly looking chart, guys. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. We still didn't get that crossover, and we're still really deeply oversold. That's why I would suspect I'm looking for targets in this area here. Nice big bear flag, and then boom, one more time lower, taking out these lows. That's what I'm looking for on the daily charts. Okay, take a look at our Qs. Last chart is a Qs, 99.50. Now we got that August low breach of 84.93. If you don't think it could get there, you should think again, because it will happen. I don't know if it's going to get there today or whatever the case may be, but rest assured, we have a thin zone here, all right, on our volume profiles, and look what's happening. We're barely just hanging in here by a thread. Look at that. Okay, we lose this, next step will be this spike low here. All right, very important. Keep an eye on. I'm looking for some resistance areas right up in here. Again, pattern recognition, a nice bear flag, and then bam, and then move lower. Okay, guys, I hope it helps. Be careful today. Remember, crude oil inventories 10:30 will probably move the market, and then of course FOMC at 2 o'clock Eastern time. All right, have a great day, everybody. Definitely use your stops in this volatility.